Greetings, dear friends. My name is Andrei Kudriakov. I'm a professional pianist from Russia. Perhaps I can play 3 notes or maybe 2, and you will guess the author and name of this work. Absolutely right. This is Beethoven Für Elise. And today we will talk about the Für Elise. To whom did Beethoven actually addresses his most famous work? The piece Bagatelle für Elise is one of the most famous works of Ludwig van Beethoven. All musicians must learn it when begin to play piano. The history of its work remains a real mystery. Ludwig van Beethoven showed a talent from music from childhood. His first teacher was his father Johann, who served as a tenor in the kapelle, and the composer Ludwig's nephew. A key role in the development of Ludwig's talent was also his grandfather, who held the position of bandmaster. At 21, Ludwig goes to Vienna to take lessons from famous Austrian composer Joseph Haydn, who speaks with approval of his students. Beethoven quickly masters the skills of playing the piano and improvises. At 30 years old, Ludwig van Beethoven's hearing began to get worse. For musicians, such a diagnosis was worse than death, because the opportunity to play music was under threat. As best he could, he tried to hide from others, but gradually closed in on himself and became unsociable. Despite the fact that over the years Beethoven became completely deaf, he still continued writing music, and as you know, many of his most famous works were created at the end of his life. Researchers who work with the archives of Ludwig Beethoven noted that the composer had a completely bad handwriting. Also, someone notes that he also had difficulties with pronunciations. All this gave reason to assume that great composer suffered from dyslexia. It means poor mastery of writing and reading skills with a general ability to learn. It was because of unclear handwriting that the work known today as play Für Elise was published under the title. It is worth nothing that the Bagatelle piece was published 40 years after the death of the composer. It was discovered by musician Bagatelle No. Interesting, the manuscript was accidentally found in 1865 and published in 1867, but soon lost. To date, only a copy of Bagatelle No has survived. Where the original is located is unknown. Therefore, the information what we have today is how Bagatelle No was able to describe Beethoven's recordings. The original was quite difficult to read, so No focused on translating the notes correctly. It is unlikely that it was fundamentally important for him to present the correct name. Considering that the dedication of the play Für Elise, for many years it was believed that addresses for Elizaveta Alexeyevna, wife of Russian Emperor Alexander I. However, researcher Max Unger disagreed with this statement. In his opinion, it's logical to assume that the address could be Teresa Malfatti, a student of Beethoven's, and his close friend. It is known that the great composer was in love in Teresa Malfatti, and even made her marriage proposal in 1810. The manuscript of the piece was supposedly dated exactly this year. However, Teresa refused. There is also a third version, according to which the play could have been written for the singer Elizabeth Rocker and given to her as a farewell gift before her departure from Vienna. However, it's known for certain that manuscript was at the disposal of Teresa Malfatti, and if the address was Rocker, it is not possible to explain this fact. Ludwig van Beethoven lived a difficult life, never married, had no children. He left his musical masterpiece as a legacy to humanity and went down in history as a brilliant composer who didn't hear a sound. And here is some tips how quickly learn this wonderful piece. First of all, the form of this piece is ronda. From Italian it means cycle. In this case, the main theme repeats with episode, which basically always have a different character. Before you practice, number bars in your score music. In Für Elise, the first 4 bars are repeated 15 times each one. So if you already will play these 4 bars, you will play 15% of this piece. All piece consists of 124 full bars. The next 6 bars are repeated 4 times. So if you're learning another 10 bars, it's possible to play 70% of this piece. Using my methods, you can memorize it 70% of this piece, less than 30 minutes, because the bars is quite simple. And now I will play for you this wonderful piece, Für Elise.